What's up, everybody? Brett Mix here for the Monday Night Wars. If you like this sort of thing, consider hitting subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. This is week 74, the 202nd episode of Raw in its history. The ratings for this Raw were a 2.4, and on Nitro, this week it was a 3.6. WCW wins for the 37th week in a row. So now, after this week's loss, the total scoreboard is for the WWF is 17 wins, 55 losses, and 2 draws. It went on Monday night for this week from March 17th, 1997, from the Onondaga War Memorial in Syracuse, New York. And this is the Raw that lost with the 2.4 rating. We open it with McMahon, JR, and King. And the new badass intro of Thorn in Your Eye with the pyros coming down. It's unreal, the difference between week to week. As Monday Night Raw turned into Raw is War for the second week in a row. This is just the second ever Raw is War. There's a steel cage in the building that they're going to set up later in the night. We open with the awesome fireworks and our big rush. What a rush that hits the Titantron as LOD come out to start the show. The Legion of Doom. And they will face the Nation with Ahmed Johnson at WrestleMania in a street fight. LOD and Nation get it on, though, in a tag team match. Warrior Hawk and Animal with big power moves at the Crown Chad. LOD. They brawl with the Nation outside the ring, then back in. They will show the back of Ahmed, watching until Farouk hits him right with the nightstick in the back, as Ahmed is watching this on his little black cable monitor, and Farouk attacks him with a nightstick and goes to work on Ahmed Johnson in the back. Animal has Vega up high for the Doomsday device, but he hits Animal in the kidneys with the nightstick, does Farouk, and then that makes the LOD win by disqualification, as Farouk is now attacking everybody with the nightstick. Ahmed Johnson rumbles from the back with a 2x4 looking for revenge and clears the Nation out after hitting a Pearl River plunge. LOD win by DQ at 9 minutes after the Farouk interference, but Ahmed and the LOD had the last laugh in the end as they preview their Chicago street fight on the last Raw. This is the go-home show to WrestleMania 13. Hunter Hearst Helmsley with China took on Flash Funk. Helmsley with a nice counter after an aerial attempt by Flash Funk. A snapshot vertical suplex by Helmsley. And then he drops the knee onto the head of Flash Funk, who you might know as Scorpio. Funk fights back with a side suplex. Funk hits a... I don't think anybody remember him as Flash Funk. Funk hits a leg drop. I mean, it's remembered as a kid, but it's not a very good memory. Funk gets a leg drop. But China grabbed the ankle. Helmsley then from behind with a German suplex into a bridge, but Flash Funk kicks out. Triple H goes to the top rope and walks into a thrust kick by Funk, who Funk then hits a near fall as China crossed arms while watching Flash Funk hit a snap suplex and signals to the top. China prevents this, and Triple H behind hits a pedigree as China had Flash Funk distracted. Helmsley wins at 5:47, rated a star and 3/4. Masquerade Sagrada Jr. and Mini Goldust take on Mini Mankind and Mini Vader. A lot of good action here from the smaller guys. I'm the midgets, the midget tag, whatever they want to be called. Smaller guys, midgets, little people, dwarves. I'm not sure what the politically correct term is, but they're the midget tags. This is a midget tag match. Brilliant somersault plancha by Goldust to Vader on the outside. Mini Goldust to Mini Vader. Then Sagrada Jr. rolls up Mini Mankind after a springboard Hurricane Rana, pretty much. And it was like a modified Hurricane Rana, but it was a springboard move. And he gets him in a victory roll at 257. So Masquerade Sagrada Jr. and Mini Goldust get the victory over Mini Mankind and Mini Vader. After the match, Sagrada launched himself onto the Raw ramp to Mini Vader on the outside. The midget jumped off the Raw ramp. And, some high-risk maneuvers in this one. I rated it 2 stars and a quarter. Brett cuts a promo on the cage match tonight with Sid for the title. He talks about his rivalry with Austin. Says he's going to rip him apart. Bret Hart showing more heel tendencies in his nature. And he just continued to show that as the night went on. And we'll get into that. The Sultan with the Sheik and Bob Backlund took on Mike Bell. Rocky Maivia, the Intercontinental Champion, is all smiles walking to the ring to do commentary for the match. For the first time I noticed the Rocky Sucks chant was at WrestleMania 13, and that's this Sunday from this show. So that's the first time I heard Rocky Sucks. I couldn't catch any Rocky Sucks. I was looking for it while he was on the commentary table. I didn't catch any. But there was no cheers for Rock either, so that's pretty damning too. Rock was so uncomfortable as a babyface talking on the microphone. It's incredible the difference when he was a heel to this. The Sultan wins in 59 seconds after a camel clutch, and he pointed to The Rock. The Rock pointed to him and said, "Let's do this right now." He got off his headset, but then officials separated them. Quarter of a star, since I don't like to give out duds. But yeah, Mike Bell isn't even a wrestler. Isn't even a WWF wrestler. It's just a jobber that they fed to the Sultan, so 59 seconds he could win. Next, they do an in-ring interview with Shawn Michaels, and Vince McMahon is having way too much fun with this interview. Shawn Michaels is just talking every second word he says. There's girls screaming in the crowd, and Vince, every time a girl screams, Vince just like has the biggest smile on his face. You'd think this guy just took ecstasy or something. He was just loving life, just laughing at everything Shawn Michaels said. It was like the corniest joke Shawn Michaels was saying too, like, oh, I guess I give you some headaches, don't I, Vidman? Like that kind of stuff. And McMahon was just like, and just like having way too much fun. No wonder there was rumors back then. There were rumors about Shawn and Vince being a little bit too close, if you know what I mean. No wonder. And anything with Vince is easy to believe these days. So, British Bulldog with Owen Hart took on Vader with Mankind and Paul Bearer for the European title. Davey Boy Smith runs over Vader with clotheslines, showcasing his amazing power with fighting forearms. Clothesline to the floor. Vader comes off with a big splash off the middle rope. Davey Boy kicked out. Vader dropped his weight down and Bulldog moved. Davey Boy Smith with a flying body press, then a crucifix attempt into a fallaway slam by Vader. Now Vader spots an opening on Davey Boy Smith as he goes to the ropes for leverage before slamming down on Bulldog. Lateral press in a big way since it's Vader, but he kicks out again, does the Bulldog. Hard shots into the corner. Vader brings Bulldog in and clotheslined him. Not before Davey Boy Smith countered in midair with a power slam, 2 successions of clotheslines, then scooped up Vader for a big power slam before the pinfall, but Mankind gets involved. He grabs his legs from the ring apron. Then Owen Hart gets involved, and both men double team Owen until Bulldog makes the save. Bulldog wins by DQ, retaining the European title after Mankind got involved. They gave it 2 stars and a quarter. So that sets up the tag team title match at WrestleMania between the two teams. Billy Gunn took on a wrestler named Aaron Ferguson, and since Aaron Ferguson, like Mike Bell before him, isn't a real WWF wrestler, this is going to be a short jobber match, and it was. Billy Gunn won at 2 minutes by an armbar, and he does this because Ken Shamrock's on commentary. The world's most dangerous man, known for his submission wrestling. Billy Gunn wanted to show him up by doing a submission on this wrestler, Aaron Ferguson. So Billy Gunn made him tap out with an armbar. Gunn called Shamrock into the ring. Shamrock, after moments of hesitation, said he's never backed down anything from his life, so he's not going to start now. Shamrock did a couple of UFC moves, an ankle lock, and an armbar to Billy Gunn, who then left the ring. I'm mad. Stone Cold cuts a great promo and says that Bret Hart on his best day can't lace his boots. And that was the gist of it, but he say he was the king of the ring, the Rumble winner, and he's going to be the champion this Sunday because he's going to hope Bret beats Sid in the cage match. Next match, Sid versus Bret in the cage match for the WWF title. If Bret wins, Bret and Austin face off for the title at WrestleMania. If he doesn't, then Sid and Taker face off at WrestleMania for the title. Can Bret become a 5-time champion? Austin will face him for the title if he can. Meanwhile, Taker wants Sid to win so Taker can wrestle Sid for the belt. Sid then scooped Hitman up into the cage. Both guys had moments of where they looked like they were going to escape, but then they're caught at the last moment. Austin ran out from the back, tried to interfere, tried to help make Bret win. Taker then interfered, tried to make Sid win. Sid was escaping while Bret was out the door. Bret had to put his feet on the door, but Undertaker slammed the cage door into Bret's head. Thus, Sid escaped the cage after Austin was forced to the back, so Austin couldn't do anything about it. Sid retained at 7:40. I rated the cage match 2 stars and a half, but it's more that was remembered after the cage match. I gave this Raw a 6 out of 10 because of the ending. After the match, what's remembered is Bret loses his shit and pushes down Vince and says, "This is bullshit. Everyone in the back knows that I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, and if you don't like it, tough shit." Bret then hits down Patterson. There's a huge brawl between Taker and Sid. Austin and Bret, both tandems are just going at it, and McMahon says, "See you Sunday at WrestleMania." Just a chaotic ending where one of the first times in the early Attitude Era where Bret and Vince, where you see him as the owner and you see a pissed off heel Bret Hart, soon to be heel. We'll get into those Raws as they come. That's this Raw, and I'm done for this Monday Night Raw. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Brett Mix, and I'm out.